Hello, people and bots. Grandpa Canuck here, and we are in Hearts of Iron 4 Black Ice mod, continuing our Italy campaign. And this is I can't remember whether it's part 5 or part 6. Anyway, it's the next part. And we are continuing our assault on Germany. We backstabbed Germany in January 1942 when they were on the verge of Leningrad, Moscow, and Stalingrad. So way out here with their troops. And we quickly gobbled up pretty much all of Austria. And we got into the southern part of Germany here. And we have taken Munich. And in Vienna has fallen here. There's a couple of tiles of Upper Austria and Lower Austria that I don't have, but I have almost all of it. I think there's one victory point here that I don't have in Austria. We've turned a lot of our armor eastwards, and our next attempt will be to knock Hungary out of the war. As well, we've been helping the Bulgarians over here, and we've managed to drive north, taking Bucharest and Ploesti. And we have the Romanians are not in great shape. They're not receiving any support much from Germany. There's like 2 German units here on the front in this sector, and that's it. Our manpower is down to 200,000, which is the lowest it's been. Our supplies of equipment are doing well, except for anti-air and light artillery. We still have some medium artillery, and we have some heavy artillery as well. So we do have the potential to increase our firepower still. Let's just have a look at that actually and see if we can add in the heavy artillery to our heavy infantry. What that will do. We definitely have the horse transport, and we definitely have the ability to add in the heavy artillery as well. Okay, let's do that. And these numbers are getting pretty not useful, so we can actually start getting that out of the mix. And this light infantry will make him into a regular infantry as well. Pretty sure we have all of the other components that are needed for these. Not a problem. We'll get rid of both of them. There we go. This is actually now a 9 infantry unit. Two AI. No light. With 8 SUPs. 4 artillery. Okay. And I think the other unit, we'll leave it a day. And the other unit that could possibly use heavy artillery is this one. That looks good. Again, this goes to 7 support. Okay, and what are we down the most? Light artillery or anti-air garrisons. We need to do something about our garrisons. Still light vehicles down too. Lots of medium tanks. So I think we will go with the light artillery on this. And we definitely have a shortage of iron. Anything we can do about that? We've got more coal than we need. Four coal on the cutback. Okay, let's hold there. We could use a couple more iron ore. Any place reasonable to get a few? Brazil. There we go. So that's still going to leave us short. We're going to have to pick some up and buy it. Portugal looks like a good place. Forward observers. Slightly ahead, but we'll go for it. He's not going anywhere fast. That's not an overly good attack. We are winning that one. Now we have the 75 millimeter. Let's see if that allows us to do. We want to go with the M13, this one, I guess. Doesn't have the 75 on there. Has a close support. Is that a close support gun? .75 is a close support. Make it an assault gun. Let's do that. Start making a few of those. Civilian works 3. Let's go with the improved logistics. Agent captured. Turkey? Captured in Turkey? Hmm. I don't have a big enough network in Turkey. Anti-air. Improved tank radios. Yay. Yep, Poopy, we got it. We got it. Yeah, we got it. We cleaned it up, Clyde. It's okay. Oh, too far. He wants to attack back. He's not happy with me. He's attacking on a broad front. That's not enough. Recon Company. I'm getting shorter on the tank destroyers. I think I should hold for the winter. See what happens on the Russian front for a while. Build up our manpower if I can. Destroyer screening. Integrate Zera. Definitely want to do that. Hey, Master. How you doing? I don't think you did. You said something about you got in a couple of DLCs that I remember. But I don't think you gave me a synopsis. I think we're going to get Romania out of the war first. The extended timeline mod. And 2 submods for it. Okay. The game started the war, not you. Samaria, yeah, well, I would think there'd be a lot of that in that game. Hey, the Germans finally showed up. Plays the USA, but could declare war against Cuba. Under the sphere of influence of Russia. Yeah. Well, there was a whole crisis in the 1960s about that, you know. Yeah, and you go a little bit farther back, and there was this thing called the Bay of Pigs, which, if you're not familiar with, you better look up. Oh, look at that. Well, I don't know how much of France I can actually keep. Panzer Unit Lyon. I don't think I can do anything. Just dig in and hold. Like a good challenge. Well, it involves the politics, right? Yeah. Hey, skill game. I'm going to save this in case this doesn't do it properly. I think I'm going to justify that. Slowly inching our way forward here. River's going to be a pain, I think. Ooh, that's like a breakthrough. think I better build another one. Ugh. Romania's got to be close to capitulation. %99 of the way. 30, I need like one more point from them. Government Cipher School. This should knock them out really soon. Romania's capitulated! Huzzah! Look at all that wonderful equipment. Maybe I'll get to Kiev before the Russians. Oh, I'm extending my line too far, but it's doing terrible things to the Germans. Yeah, you got it, Clyde. Oh, this is just wicked. I don't have enough units in France. I may have to pull units out of the Austria sector. Hey, a German. Silly, silly, silly world. Yeah, he's got more power here in France than I do. I'm going to have to fall back and consolidate. Okay, let's see what that 75 millimeter does. Okay, that allows the tank destroyer Oh shit. No. Okay, that'll do. That's an L3 slash 33 TD. Okay. Here come the Germans. Well, here we go again. Come on, Russia. I need you to advance. Almost have a link up. Not quite good enough.
Formazione.
I didn't intend to fight in the winter on the Russian front, but hey, it's with the Russians on the eastern part. What a wacky set of circumstances. My. Poor Germany. This is as long as the Russian front. This is just hilarious. Well, if I can get Bucharest, I might knock Hungary out too. Okay, I need to make more sense of this leadership. I need a fourth. I need to divide this. Well, that makes the most sense to divide it. To do it any smarter, I definitely need a fourth field marshal. I don't have one. He's going to make the most sense. Yeah, what a front. He's past Smolensk. My front is stable. Those Bulgaria's supplies. Missing mountain artillery. Garrison equipment. No kidding. Mountain artillery. 300 mountain artillery. I think I can do that. Jeez.
Pronto, signore. Pronto, signore.
HOI4 recon.
Formazione. Avanzate. Continuate ad avanzare. Preparatevi.
Budapest is on the edge. Well, I definitely got the Carpathian Mountains here. I hope that's a Russian offensive from top to bottom. Well, I'm stretched about to the limit here. I'm down to 100,000 manpower. got equipment. Part of the problem is this. 6 garrison, 6 support, 2 artillery. It's the wrong kind of unit. It should not have most of this. Let's see if that does any better. $166, and the manpower is 935. Manpower is about the same. $166. Production cost per suppression is better than that. Hard is 9 versus 8. That'll bring all the artillery back in anyway. They're back even. And what's that do with the garrison equipment? Huge quantity short. See what that does. Core HQ radios. Well, that dropped the missing in half anyway. There's no MP unit in this. What spooked you guys? I didn't do anything. $1.2K and 190. Well, the 190 is good. Okay, that's, I think, as good as that's going to get. Definitely losing on the light vehicles.
Formazione. Pronto, signore.
I don't think I'm making any garrisons. Don't think I am. Okay, the medium anti-tanks have a good amount now. Let's start here. Support anti-tank. And the support anti-tank cannot be changed to medium anti-tank. So if I change that to a medium anti-tank, and I remove that, more horse equipment. Of course, the medium anti-tank goes up. The light anti-tanks are gone. The uniforms I can spare. And it puts defense up, hard attack up, and soft attack up. Okay. And that's only using less than half of the medium anti-tank. So let's look at this unit. And there's no anti-tank in it. Okay. This one, no anti-tank. So what happens if I add the medium anti-tank in here? I only have one of those units. That's because I've got these in there. Okay, so I'm starting to run out of those. So let's change that to medium anti-tank. Oh, medium anti-tank motorized. That will work. Okay, that will work. We need cars. Got motorcycles. Still a good amount of heavy artillery. I want to increase that. I cut out the motorcycles. 3,000 of them. Lots of armored cars too. Oh, what a weird war. I've never done Hearts of Iron 4 Black Ice with Italy like this before. This is very unique. Still don't have enough.
Continuate ad avanzare! Continuate ad avanzare!
Okay, so I've got tons of those light tank destroyers now. That won't be enough. Nowhere near enough. I'll just do the upgrades. Not quite upgraded yet. Probably could use a little bit more oil. Energy's down a touch. Great Zara. Gains colonial troops, which grants non-core manpower plus 5%. Well, we want that. Well, he's back to Rostov. Closing on Krakow. Smolensk well behind the line. He's almost got to break through to Minsk. We could get a huge German pocket here. What's that, Bonnie? You have some input on that? Well, I think it's the Russians' job. Maybe we can crush Germany in 44. Another agent captured. This one's captured in the German Reich. Hello, Bonnie. You come to see me? You too, Clyde? You gonna sit on my arm nicely? You gonna be good birdies? Okay. Birdie. Pretty bird? Pretty bird. Yep. I heard you. You two are after something. Oh, you come over here because you're after something. What are you after? What is it you want? What was that, Clyde? I hear you. Night night. Well, you go night night. You go have a nap. Well, I'm not having a night night. No, it's not even 6 o'clock. If you want a nap, you go have a nap. I'm not having a nap with you.
Pronto, signore. Avanzate. Pronto. Pronto. Avanzate.
Foreign labor. Recruitable population up. All those efficiencies go down. Ugh. Flexible line, streamlined line. What time is it here? It is 15 minutes to 6 o'clock, so 5:45. That's Eastern Standard Time here in North America. Most of the American Atlantic seaboard and the province of Ontario. Here in Canada, most of Ontario. There's a little bit of the Northwest, which isn't, I believe, but By the way, history fact for the day: time zones and standard time was a Canadian invention. Yes, your part of Brazil is 1 hour later. You're farther east than we are. Well, this map is showing it a little bit more east than it actually is, but yeah. So the Eastern time zone is kind of here, all down here, here, and this is Atlantic time out here, and that's what you are. You're the same as this area here in Canada, the eastern provinces. But Newfoundland's half an hour ahead of that. Newfie time's always off by half hour. It's just the way it is. Leave it to the Newfies to be half an hour off. Okay, you birdies just sit comfortably there on my hand. That's fine. You be good birdies. Now, here's what we need. Just a purposeful Cold War type of situation. Just sit tight through the winter. Regroup and regain while you're getting your ass kicked on the Eastern Front. And then between you getting weaker and me getting stronger, in the springtime I'll be able to push a little bit more someplace else. You know, I have a patrol out that way. It's just not doing well enough. Okay, we've got more cruisers finished. Two more escorts. There it is. Let's give them not going to happen. Hey, slow down. Slow down, you move too fast. You gotta make the feeling last. Feeling groovy. Radio interception group. Well, we've got more here now.
Pronto, signore.
Can we do it? Doesn't look like it. Okay, that 105. Improved Inter-Service HQ. Well, that'll start giving me some mechanized. Yet there's so many other things.
Pronto, signore. Avanzate.
Reform government of the Republic of China has capitulated.
Formazione. Avanzate.
RE2002. What is the RE2002? Which is this? Okay, well, that's what I got. That's what I gotta do. Can I just pummel my way in here?
Avanzate. Avanzate.
No. No, it's just not happening.
Continuate ad avanzare. Sì, signore. Pronto. Fuoco nemico.
Ah.
Sì, signore. Pronto, signore. Formazione. Sì, signore. Avanzate.
He really doesn't want me to join up, does he? I'm up to 268. I can afford some more losses.
Formazione.
I don't need to issue them an ultimatum. Off the keyboard, Clyde. What'd you turn on there? You turned on the caps lock. I don't want the caps lock on, Clyde. Don't care.
Formazione. Pronto, signore.
Cancel? Why did you cancel it, Greece? Are you going to join the Germans? Because I turned you fascist? That's just a no-no.
Pronto, signore. Avanzate. Avanzate.
Hello, first-time chat. Bakura, I guess that's how it's pronounced.
Formazione. Sì, signore. Pronto, signore.
Black Ice is the mod. And Black Ice is not known for a lot of alternate history, but on the Italian focus tree, there's this unusual one called Backstabbing Germany. And that's the path that I've taken. So in January 1942, when they were fully engulfed in their first winter in Russia, I backstabbed them and attacked them through Austria. So since that time, he forced Vichy French has been forced out, and so when it became part of Germany, I advanced in as far as I could. Through my ally in Bulgaria, I advanced in and I've taken out Romania, and I'm on the verge of taking out Hungary. My first advance was up to get Munich and Vienna, and I haven't advanced that much on the German sector since then. So in 1 year and 2 months of war with Germany, if you have any questions about Black Ice, I do have tutorials on my YouTube page. Some people call it difficult. I'm going to say it's more complex in making units. But difficult. I don't know whether I'd say that. Slightly different because you can't do a lot of really bizarre non-historical stuff. It makes it more complex, more things to manage, and if that's difficulty, yes. I guess that's the history of the mod. I think it adds a lot more realistic flow from resources to production, to equipment, to divisions, to offensives. So that flow of resources is a lot more realistic. And that is what causes, I think, a lot of people difficulty. Is you can't do just bizarre things. If you're going to do something very strange, you have to plan for it. And you can't take a really small country and make it into a global power. That just doesn't happen. Yes, yeah, yes. And the focus trees for the major nations and many of the secondary nations, such as Canada, have been totally rebuilt with a lot of historical flavor to them as well. Uh, and the research is a lot more broken down so that you can make your units the way you want them to be a lot more. So the production and the research have been revamped to do that. Yeah, there's a few tutorials on black ice in my on my YouTube page if you are interested. You know how to make a ship that's slightly, you know, it's slightly different in this than in the vanilla game. For instance, peace treaties are virtually the same. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask me. I mean, if you like a realistic and a really in-depth strategy game, and you like Black Ice because of, sorry, if you like Hearts of Iron 4 because of that, I think you will like Black Ice. But there is a learning curve to getting into doing it well. Don't play Italy first. That's my biggest advice. Italy is a mixed up country in the beginning with so many different directions you can go. And play a secondary country. Play Hungary. Play Romania. Play Canada. Play Poland to get to know the game. Which is France. Well, you know what? I think my next playthrough in Black Ice will be France. You got destroyed by the AI? Yeah, don't be ashamed of it. France is a hard one to save in any World War II game. They really underestimate what the strengths were. France has a terrible political situation in the 1930s. And you have to get over that. Now, I have a bit of advantage. I am a military historian. So I have a lot of experience of interviewing people and analyzing things. But yeah, I get destroyed as Germany by the AI in Russia all the time. All the time. I've never won in playing Germany against Russia. I've held them. I've held to 1946 and haven't lost, but I've never beaten them. Yeah, well, there's a way to alter the settings, and if you have to, you can alter some of the settings in Black Ice for specific countries to make them a little weaker. And when you're beginning to learn how to play, that's one option that you can do. I've never broken down and made Russia weaker. I've seen people do a lot better, and I've seen the AI against the AI do better than I can do on the Russian front. So I'm still trying to learn some subtleties of that. And so by fighting Germany, by being Italy, I thought I might learn something this time and see how it goes. So anyway, I'm in the middle of this one, that's for sure. And this might just knock Hungary out of the war here. But things are very interrelated in Black Ice, and that's the complexity you need to understand. Once you get through the basics, though, it's no different than playing vanilla, really. No, no. I tried to maintain alliance with them, and I've gone out of my way. All I've done is I've taken out Yugoslavia, and I created two puppets which are now neutral. I have not attacked Greece. I'm trying to win Greece over, but they could turn German rather than with me. So my whole plan was to invest as little in my navy as possible, invest as much in my army as possible, and not get into war. But I have a situation
Sì, signore. Avanzate. Formazione.
where I think I'm going to get Tunisia out of the deal. And I've had an interesting go with Vichy, France, where I was able to land and take out Lebanon, and I got Damascus, but not the rest of Syria. So I've had some traditional war gains because they turned Axis, and they were with the Germans. So this is going to make a very interesting peace, and then a possible second war if I can get the Allies against the Russians, and I can choose sides then to go with the Allies or with the Russians against the other, I think, but not both. So once I get done with Germany and this is all carved up and I see what I get out of it, gaining a little bit more than Austria, maybe. Maybe I should puppet Austria. I mean, we're cracking away here. They're 43% towards capitulation. But I've only done 10% of the war effort against Germany. Soviet Union's done 53. UK 15. USA 12. The French Republic 2. Hello, first time chat. So that is Russian that was typed there. Yeah, they probably will pop in a lot of countries. I mean, if I can puppet Hungary and Romania out of this, and Austria, that would just solidify my faction. Oh, yes, yes, Bucharest is going to fall. There we go. Hungary is out of it. More goodies for my war chest. Oh. Not going to change the front at all because there's too many Russians there. But maybe I can do something about it. Take a little bit of land. That's not going to work. Might pick up a couple of tiles, that's about it. They said, British? Really? British? That's considered British? That's considered surrendering to the British? That's a game AI issue. I mean, Germany should recapture that. I can't do anything about it being British. Except maybe it's got bad supply. Hey, we got a German U-boat in the Mediterranean. One of our boats sunk it. Yay. How are we doing? Yeah, so I started right from the beginning with the concept of what I was going to do, and I built my entire war machine to double cross Germany. That was right from the beginning. So let's
Pronto, signore.
get back in there.
Preparatevi. Sì, signore. Sì, signore. Pronto, signore. Sì, signore. Sì, signore.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see how it goes. I mean, I'm fighting an area like the Russian front here. It's just, stretching from southern France to Odessa. I mean, that's a hell of a front. Yeah, birdies, I hear you. You're excited because I'm talking so much, right? You want to say hello to the people? You, why don't you say hello, pretty birdie, to the people? Huh? Pretty birdie? You're gonna yell at me instead. Okay. I have two green-cheeked conures. Uh, my picture I use on YouTube has them sitting up on my arm. It looks like they're almost in my beard. They're actually the quietest of the conures, but they're halfway between. They're on my left hand and arm. They're halfway between me and the microphone. So they're going to appear a lot louder than they actually are to you guys. To you guys. Although Clyde, you are a little loud right now. Why don't you go play? Go play with your toys.
Forza, muovetevi. Avanzate. Sì, signore. Sì, signore.
I mean, it's March. Terrible weather, mountains, hills. Yeah, well, these are about the same size as a cockatiel. They're pretty close. These guys come from Central and northern South America. So Colombia, Brazil. this area from like Panama on to northern Peru and Brazil, Colombia, Venezuela area. So this area is where these birds come from originally. Their ancestors, not these guys. These guys have been in Canada their whole lives. They're less than 2 years old. Bonnie is 2 years old in the end of August, and Clyde's 2 years old in October. So I got them very, very young, just a few months old. And they're quite well house trained. We even poopy in the right place sometimes, don't we, guys? Huh? Are there any poopies to clean up? No? You're looking at me strange. Okay, you two. Don't worry about it. Yeah, poopy. I was talking about poopy. You got it. Uh-huh. Okay, I got lots of trucks.
Avanzate! Sì, signore.
That's not right. That's what I want to turn them into. My tank to print in templates? Give me a second. I'll get there. My best tank unit is this. Oh, sorry. You want tank. Which is 3 mediums and 2 lights. I have these tankette tank destroyers as well. And I've just started producing medium assault guns, but I don't think I have enough yet to, no, nowhere near enough to start putting them in these units. Although I can probably make that into that. Yeah, 175 is pretty damn strong. And the width is 25. It does have a tankette recon as well. And a motorized support anti-tank. It kind of goes with this. I knew I'd be fighting probably a lot of German tanks. So it's what I've kind of prepared for. I have a lighter tank unit, which has 1, 2, 3 tankettes and 2 light tanks. Okay, less infantry, less artillery. Always German panzers everywhere, yes. Yeah, so I do have some lighter ones that have tankettes rather than medium tanks. I've developed a heavy infantry unit as well. So it does have heavy artillery support. So this is 12 with 3 of them being assault infantry, 1 anti-tank, 3 mediums, and a light. So it's got 157 as well. But its combat width is 31. It's way bigger. So that's probably the 2 most powerful units. You saw my motorized, right, which has a combat width of only 18. It's got good support equipment and reasonable artillery, but they're not overly big. I've been herding on trucks until the last couple of months, really. Now, one of the problems with Italy is you start with such a mishmash of units, and so you're left with those throughout the game. Italy is blessed with a decent amount of mountain troops. Actually, I can probably make another unit here. 19, yeah, easily. I'm going to take this light infantry and make him into a mountain unit. Now, he's not very well trained, but he's a 3. We'll leave him there for now. In vanilla, I haven't played vanilla in quite a while, so I don't know what they did in the last change or 2. But the way you can design your tanks here, right? You research just the base chassis, right? And then you can have different technologies in all these different components and a number of different extras. So it's a lot more detailed, and therefore you can do variants much easier. So I can take the basics of an L3 style tank, right, and I can turn it into a tank destroyer. And I can modify the old ones. So I'm actually taking the old versions of this tank, right, the L3 Series 1, Series 2, and the August 1940 versions of these, and it will convert them to this new tank destroyer version. So recycling the old, making them into the new, is something I really like what you can do in this mod very, very well. With Germany, you can take all of your Panzer 1s and make them into flak units, real easy. And you can make virtually everything into tank destroyers that the Germans made early as well. So it's very, very good for that. Okay. Well, I went in here because I've got an extra unit. We want to keep increasing. Yeah, it's pretty much the same with ships. So here I can take an outdated ship and I can change, right, certain components to it. Now, there's certain components which you really can't change, like the hull form and the subdivisions. And you can't change those, but you can change a lot of things. And changing the guns is a very, very, very long refit, much longer than just changing the anti-submarine and the AA guns, for instance. So depending on what you're modifying, it takes time, and that is something you have to do as Italy. You have to really, really modernize your ships.
Pronto, signore.
Okay, we're gaining a little ground here.
Sì, signore. Sì, signore. Pronto. Sì, signore.
It's way ahead of time, but we're going to do it. Okay. And with a lot of the equipment and the planes, you can also do variants of them as well. I don't know what the current petition is for vanilla here, but I could make a variant with various aspects as well with the planes. I think I just might do that here. I'm a little anal about labeling the design name with when I actually made it so that I don't get myself confused as to which of the older units. Well, it gives you variants. You don't have to research them all. And Italy is one of the ones that has really the most to do. But right, sometimes it gives you options in close air support. I went with heavy close air support rather than light close air support. I went with fighters and multi-role rather than light fighters and interceptors. I have done light bombers and medium bombers, not heavy bombers or transports, and I very rarely have done a naval bomber upgrade. So not every country is quite as messed up as Italy, but Italy was very diverse in the airplanes. It's just history-wise that way. Not all the countries are this wacky. Yes, it's a great mod for long games. Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree. And I put 30, 40 hours into a campaign usually. This is like the 5th time I've streamed, or is it 6th? And I will do 3 to 5 hours a session. And this one's moving kind of slow. I did 9 months when I started attacking Germany because I'm very much a micromanager.
Sì, signore.
I don't know if in the spring if I'm going to have enough power down here to do anything or not. These are all fairly light infantry. And militia units. Yeah, leave me any questions there. I generally don't have that many questions a day, so I usually can get back to any questions there within a day. And I really like Black Ice, and for the right gamer, it's a good choice. You have to like more micromanaging than macro control. You have to like the finite points and get intrigued by those rather than just the big picture. And if that's you, Black Ice is the right mod for you. And Bonnie and Clyde say hello too, or goodbye, or something like that. What are you two on about now, huh? Take care. We'll see you another time.
Pronto, signore. Pronto, signore. Sì, signore.
Reaction jet engines. Slowly moving along.
Formazione. Avanzate. Avanzate. Sì, signore. Pronto. Pronto, signore. Avanzate. Pronto, signore. Formazione. Sì, signore.
This is interesting. We're going to have a big German pocket here. Not that I'm going to be able to do much about it. I mean, I really don't want to advance into Russian territory. I'm just going to piss them off. Well, he's at Riga. He's got Minsk. Vilnius. Kiev is on the border. April 43, the Russians are falling back. on the Eastern Front. Should give me some opportunity to pick up a few more things along the way.
Formazione. Avanzate. Sì, signore. Sì, signore. Pronto. Pronto, signore.
Oh boy. Mostly light infantry.
Formazione. Sì, signore.
I think he might collapse. Keeps this up.
Pronto, signore. Pronto, signore.
Another one captured.
Avanzate.
Another one captured. Get one out and lose one. Another agent captured. Oh my. Okay, that one should work for both.
Pronto, signore. Sì, signore.
I am way over on tank production. I cannot get any more tank production. That's 30. How do I compare to some of the other countries? 403. Germany is still bigger. Soviet Union's way bigger. Probably comparable to UK. Definitely bigger than any of the dominions. We're going to meet up with the Russians soon.
Formazione. Pronto, signore. Pronto. Sì, signore. Pronto, signore.
We have a breakthrough. Okay, our electricity's back in line. We should design a new destroyer. I hear ya. Okay, we have done mostly short, so let's do a medium long. Start thinking about next generation could be longer war. Now we can go up to 60,000. Put a big 50 on it. Large guns. All I have is the interwar. Hello. I have to use Google to translate that. My Russian is absolutely zero. Ah, new tank. I think the heat ammunition will do me better. I can do an M14 now. Yeah, birdies. I hear ya. What do you want? What does the birdies demand of me? What do you want? What do you want? Hmm? You have Din-Din. Din-Din's over there. It's in your cage. Go get your Din-Din over there. You just want a treat, don't you? Yeah, you want a special treat. That's what you want. I know that. Differential front, differential rear. Use the rear, I think it's safer. Let me develop the gasoline engine. And I can put artillery in this one. Let's develop the cannon first. Orion Ring. Oh, you're the flamethrower nut. I don't think I have such a research in this mod. I think you're talking vanilla game. Don't think I can help you. What about the Churchill flamethrowers that the British used? Really slow. Well, the Churchill believed the tank only had to go faster than the walking man. That was their working principle on infantry support tanks. As long as it went faster than the guy who could walk, they were all set. So they were never designed as tank to tank. Designed as anti-infantry. Okay, I think we have a new version. Well, 9 times out of 10, it wouldn't get inside. And you know what happens to fire inside a tank. I'm not familiar with the EDSA revolution. No. Oh, Fernando Marcos with his wife with all the shoes, right? She was famous for how many shoes she had, his wife, I believe, if I remember things correctly. Yeah, okay. I know very little about it. Very, very little. Are you from the Philippines? Are you an expert on this? Like the Central Hospital? Yep. I mean, even the worst dictators did good things. You know, you can look back at history, you know, Idi Amin on through to all kinds of interesting dictators. Well, in the scope of things, that revolution really wasn't that long ago, really. Uh, no, a monarchy is graced by God and it has religious symbolism. Not all dictatorships do. I don't think Franco, Mussolini, or Hitler really would say they were put there by God's right. So there's not really a high there might be religious connections, but a monarchy is different, and a dictatorship is really a strong individual, where a monarchy has rights of succession in following through to the next individuals, and every monarchy is different. I mean, monarchies can run like a lot of paths like a dictatorship, but there's a lot of differences. I don't agree with you that a monarchy and dictatorship can be really talked about on the same playing field. I have a breakthrough. Well, it's not something I was expecting to bring forward. I am not an expert on autocracy forms of government. I am not probably the best person to ask that question.
Pronto, signore. Sì, signore.
Although an autocracy is usually either more like an oligarchy or a larger group of set up state, how it's run, where a dictatorship is single pinhead individual. The finer details I couldn't really say.
Pronto, signore. Sì, signore. Sì, signore.
Well, mostly in the Western Front, yes. About as bloody as the year before, actually. I think a lot of that depends on how you want to define bloody.
Formazione. Sì, signore. Formazione.
I think we're developing cracks in his armor here. He is just too thin. Look, we got Americans helping us.
Pronto. Sì, signore. Pronto, signore. Avanzate. 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 Formazione. Pronto. Pronto. Pronto.
And we've officially met up with the Russians. Very interesting area. Well, it was particularly poor for the Germans at that time. I mean, their supplies were essentially gone. various other internal problems. Well, you have to believe they didn't have the same respect for human life that we have today. And, you know, the meat grinder was, we have more men than them. If we equal them 1-for-1 on killing, we will win. And that was morally acceptable to the leaders of the time. Is making a retreat and flanking the enemy really a good tactic? Tactics are ruled by your logistics, and you have to have enough logistics to do the counterattack in that case, to do the flanking. That all depends on how forward and how the enemy treats his flanks on the advance. And that's a one-up situational question. You can't answer that in an all-in-one. What do you birds want? Well, you go night-night. Go on. Go. Go fly. You go night-night. Yeah. I think he's going to collapse. He's going to totally collapse here. My intelligence is crap. He's got no manpower. We've bled him dry. You're obsessed with tank flamethrowers, sir. Get rid of this little pocket. Unless there's Soviets coming into my territory. Bulgaria gave the Soviets access? Oh, boy. General MacArthur. What a personality. Best quote, MacArthur. Old soldiers never die. They just fade away. It's amazing the man never developed any political ambition.
Pronto, signore. Pronto. 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 Sì, signore. Pronto. Pronto. Tiro spicciato, signore. Avanzate.
Yeah, oh, I can believe it. I mean, he's got much to be respected and a lot to study in his belief on warfare. He's remembered for the political difficulties in Korea, where he was told he could only bomb the Korean side of the bridge, not the Chinese side of the bridge. And he wanted to go nuclear in that war. He was definitely a bull in a china shop type of soldier. He was a fighter's fighter, that's for sure. And he was the right man for the job to get back to the Philippines. And that political statement of "I shall return" was exceedingly important. And it made the Americans realize that they needed to do it. Therefore, it motivated their soldiers. So it was used on a number of levels where it was just an arbitrary comment, really, on his behalf.
Pronto, signore.
But yeah, he's definitely one of the great generals. Well, I don't think any American general liked the idea of having to invade Japan. They knew it was going to cost a million plus casualties, and they just, if there was any way to end it, they thought that would it. But honestly, the A-bomb didn't end the war, World War II. The fact that the Russians declared war and were advancing totally unopposed, they knew they would get no quarter for the emperor out of the Russians. The American decision to use the bomb was it's better to kill hundreds of thousands or more Japanese than it is to suffer 1 million American casualties. That's the political justification. Was it needed? No. All they needed was the Russians to attack, and they did. And then, in all the difficulties, it took some time. The effect, whether it was one bomb or two, was totally insignificant. And honestly, the fire bombings on Tokyo were more destructive than the atomic bombs, but it was a new type of injury to civilians, radiation. So it's viewed very, very differently.
Signore. Pronto, signore.
This is a crazy situation. Germany's collapsing. It's not collapsing, but it's
Pronto, signore.
about to give way.
Pronto, signore. Sì, signore. Avanzate. Formazione. Pronto, signore.
Yes, they could have. You're absolutely correct, and that's the other political reason it was done. It was to show the Russians we have this, so no funny stuff when we're done with the other guys. Okay, that was the statement of the atomic bomb more than anything. It was a political power play that saved American lives versus the Japanese. I'm familiar with that situation in the Philippines. I know of it. I understand trans, and I understand in native Filipino, in the long heritage of the Philippines, there's actually a view of more than two sexes. But that's not what we're here to discuss. I'm a pretty well versed, 63-year-old Canadian man. Oh, there would have been more Japanese deaths than actually occurred from the bombs. But the point is, the bombs weren't needed. The Japanese were going to surrender because the Russians attacked.
Sì, signore.
Oh my.
Sì, signore.
Walking into the Ruhr through the back door.
Pronto.
Slovakia. Another one bites the dust.
Pronto, signore. Avanzate. Formazione.
Can I look at the Philippines? Well, they're very Japanese right now in this game. And which part of the Philippines are you from? Big city, Manila. Looks like Japan's having serious problems in China. Looks like they're doing okay down here. Phoenix Island still holding. Oh, really? You have a Japanese ancestor. Ah. My ancestors, well, I had three uncles that fought in World War II. My father was a coal miner up here in, it would be this area here in England. And I had two uncles in France in 1940 that were with the Durham Light Infantry, who were the last to get out at Dunkirk, part of 50th Division. And they both were transferred to North Africa and fought against the Italians and Germans. My third uncle was a tanker with the Black Rats. Two of my uncles were captured. One died on a transport getting back to Italy. One was a prisoner of war for the rest of the war. And the third, after El Alamein, became a training instructor and was shipped back to England. And he spent the last two and a bit years training new recruits. That's my World War II family history. My brother-in-law's father was a war photographer in Canada and did a lot of still shots in Canada. Not quite family, but close. He was old enough, he told me when he was a boy about being in Belgium when the Germans came marching through, and he liked the parade. Yeah, well, we're all individuals, and we all have people before us who were on the right side, wrong side, indifferent side, whatever side. People change, situations change, families change, things change. It's what you believe and what you say that counts, not what your ancestors did. I need coal. Need a little bit more coal.
Pronto, signore. Sì, signore.
Football. I don't follow American football, Canadian football, Australian football, or FIFA type of football, soccer at all. I'm a Canadian, and it's not a big sport for me.
Avanzate.
Another agent captured. My God, my falling apart. Absolutely falling apart. Well, obviously the Italians don't make very good spies.
Pronto, signore. Avanzate. Formazione. Pronto. Pronto, signore. Pronto.
Another time, perhaps, buddy. Okay, well, I've been streaming for about 4 hours, and I think it's time for me to take a break. I haven't had any dinner, so I need to go cook. So all you people watching this on YouTube, please subscribe to my channel if you want to see more Black Ice for Hearts of Iron 4. If you like this particular video or this campaign, please like the video and leave me comments if you would. Yeah, well, I had lunch and breakfast. I'm doing fine. I just need to get something else here for a little bit. So until next time, all you people and bots out there, be good to one another. Take care. We'll see you tomorrow. And the birds say bye too.